Okay, cool. I think everything's working. Look at what I found. A nice song. Cool. Okay, so today, chat, we're gonna do, we're gonna work on rusted click again. Hooray! We passed the annoying hackering thing, so I can actually do something real again. And like my entire weekend has been doing just dumb chores, like, I forgot what I did like all weekend long, but just like little things. I also prepared for the co-op with Charactical, because we're gonna do a co-op stream in like 2 weeks, and I set up the things I wanted to do. Anyway, let's open the hack screen. Oh, it was already open. What did I do? Why did it open too? Apparently I was already completely prepared to do stream, but I forgot about it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's open up the file I want to edit, which is the plan file. I worked on it in the afternoon for a bit and then got completely distracted like I usually do. Because I found out how to do badges on GitHub and I wanted to add it to all my projects. Yeah, looks pretty cool though. Like if you go to one of the projects, like a little block, awesome, professional. And then you go to the block and you see all these like gifts, whatever. Okay, yeah, let's open up roster as a project. Another thing I did was actually remove the relative lines, because ever since Soding showed how to do like these replace things in add, I realized I could do the same thing in my Emac. So I can replace certain lines or line ranges, which seemed more useful to have than being able to know how to jump around and whatever. I think I'm gonna disable all notifications. Another thing I need to set up. Okay, set up a lot of things. I should just like actually set some time up because I keep on postponing it. I was working on Chatterino before and I do that. So let's see, planning, right? Planner. We made a separate file last time. And like looking back on that, yeah, it was not really that interesting to look at. But now we're gonna do the interesting part, which is actually making it look nice. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Oh, he's angry. Oh my god. Sorry, Sour, I'm late. Sorry. I should be on time. Yeah, sorry. I should also make an advertisement for. Yeah, that's my fucking around with Chatterino. Actually, stream has started this. Reflex. Okay, I could recognize the links. Are you there, Sour, by the way, or are you just angry now? Upset that I'm late? Do we have it running? We have it running as well. I think I like have everything still set up from last time I worked on it, which was like, no, Friday we did Hackerang. So that must have been like Monday even. Oh, yeah, I had like a really interesting. It wasn't very productive in the end, but at least I did some new. It was nice. Oh, I don't think I saved the change time. It's kind of unfortunate. I actually figured out how to still style this stuff nicely. Let's actually look at what it is right now. And I should close all the other tabs. Oh, I still have it open. Cool. Okay, we can just copy then stuff from here because I styled the form nicely. Go like this. And I should also add labels here and change this label select. But what I'm interested is column priority. So one is 1/4 and the other one is narrow, and then it works out apparently. And I don't know how this works. Narrow, and then if you add 1/4, you're apparently half. And my headphones are fucked. At least for this computer. Oh well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So these three things are in the same column function. Actually, maybe we should move it out to a certain place. Oh, this is for the user update, right? This is a preparation. Let's call this like edge row, or this is only for the planner. We know what the output. Well, we're gonna know. But I think it's an isolated from because like the other stuff is tying up together, and this is just declaring that are available. So like this name, and if you just make one, you know, that's fine. Well, the other thing I should do is doing line. Can I do that actually? Let's do that now. Wrap line, truncate lines, and word wrap. So some people actually used. What? I hate it. What the fuck is going on? Maybe I need to reopen. I don't want to. That's not what I want. Word. Why is it so fucked? Why? Maybe I need to like open up another buffer and then like it can't change it properly. Maybe this doesn't have that mode available. Visual line, I don't know what's hard wrap line. That's mark. Oh, that's the problem. I just wanted to like go to the next line. That's fine. Hulu. What the fuck? Oh, it does this thing. Okay, that seems useful. Never mind. I wonder if I'm telling this. Oh well, never mind. I'll just deal with it. I have to 80 characters, right? But Brittany doesn't like it either. Like it doesn't do 80 characters. I think it was less. Do that before math. Like more lenient. I wonder if I can configure Brittany to be maybe I can do like stylish plus Brittany or H indent. Is this still like being developed? I'm not sure if it's actually clever about it. It fucks up lenses though. Like one thing I want to do, maybe at Open Source Day, is to do a contribution to this, but it will work better with lens because it fucks it up so bad. Yeah, but it was to be developed much. I don't know why they. Yeah, let's take you. and then maybe I can configure a bit. Like for example, yeah, the default money. It will take some children like into our private property. Okay, let's. I don't think I wanted to like reduce the line limit, but I'm not sure if it's configurable at all. Maybe it's just as is. Hello, what's up, Sour? I'm sorry I'm late. I thought you were being angry about it, but I even failed on setting up the bot. I just gave up. And the thing I wanted to do was do line wrap for Emacs as well, or fix Brittany, basically. Although, like, I think I have put on 80 characters, but this screen is too small. I can't stream in a higher resolution, unfortunately, and I zoomed in as well. But yeah, I just give up on everything, I suppose. I should do this off stream anyway. So. Whatever, we'll just work on this. We'll make the dynamic input here. So the idea of the entire stream is make, if we type here, we should, like, if we type BR here, it should give us a suggestion of Brian, for example, and make it selectable, and then like and once it's selected, this thing should be selected, like the row should be selected. So that's what we want to do. And if we select the row here, it should also update that one. They are both kind of trivial to do, but we need to fix, for example, validation input as well. But at the moment, I'm just fixing this styling thing and doing a little bit of refactor as well, because this is getting complicated, and I wanted to move it out into separate function. I want to move these out. These are like the planar only. I think you missed the song, by the way. I had the ghost. What do you call it? Ghost duet. Cool. What do I want here? Oh, I just copied everything. Forget to paste. Right, do I have it still? Yes. Cool. We don't know what the arguments. We'll just figure that out by compiler help. Compiler is helping me out. Right. We know the result types. Room dyne and entry type dyne. So that's dynamic T room name? I'm not sure. Room name, okay. Place the room where the guest seat plays table. Seems like a weird way of expressing that. Yeah, whatever. You don't know about users? You have a map for users. Maybe we should do this here. Room? Ah, this one. Rooms. Select. You also need to have. You need to have everything, basically. No, we don't even simplify anything. That's unfortunate. I always try to make these smaller functions to accept less arguments, because then the problem becomes simpler. But I guess the other way of looking at it is that you're just adding a name to a code block, which could also be useful. And now you're very explicit about return arguments as well. Type dynamic that place. Right, you need to have the arguments as well. But it will be everything. Users room selected. Users selected room. Just keep the same order and then format. Excellent. Macro power. Macro power? For the formatting, you mean? I'm not really that happy with Brittany. Like, what I want is block of code. Well, yeah, that's what you do with functions, right? You just name a block of code. I just use stylus Haskell plus H. Do I have H then? I don't think I have it in Emacs. I bet like they added it in Reflex shell. Like Reflex platform provides you a bunch of standard Haskell. Oh, I remember. I ran this and it complete. No, it was not HStand. It was the other one. It was HLint. I ran it on the entire project and it was so upset with me. It was amazing. Look at it. It hates me. 730 ints. And this is where you realize you need an intern. Running redundant too. Found do. Or maybe all of these are redundant or something, I don't know. This is not redundant. Let's use camel case. Yeah, camel case also a lot. But like, I have actually meaning for camel case. I probably would disable that warning, because it's not relevant for me. Like, these lenses are all camel case. I did it on purpose. They're all lenses, right? I like that it does this, because you don't want to put in too much money in your code. You want to like keep your money in your wallet. But you can't invest these dollars. Put them in code. So right below alternate code. Whoop. Like this. Yeah, it saves like a symbol, I guess. It saves you another money. It's kind of nice. The thing I need for this is, well, I wanted to have it in my editor. I think I had it in SpaceMax and it was amazing. But I don't know how to integrate it. I think I had something like that. Or maybe it was because I had a Haskell IDE engine. It could be. So I also had a Haskell IDE engine even set up, and then I went to Nick. What an idiot I am. I had everything working. Everything was going fine, and then I went to Nick's. Blog Post works really, does very well though. At this one, pretty popular. VS Code Gang, and then Nick's attack. Oh, you're using VSCO code. I wonder if that will work. We could try it out there. Yeah, let's actually try it out. No, you know what we do? We would we wouldn't do it like this. We would do it in the Reflex. Just like a raster, and then shell. Yeah, leave something. And here we just add Visual Code or something. Maybe code. We could try it out. But I have the same. I have a lot of customization as well, and if I lose them in another editor, it's just annoying. That space menu is so handy. Space Q to kill it. Bunch of find stuff. Like this one is really useful as well. And then the jump. I started using this one more recently because I figured out how to do tag. Space J is jump to definition. Then you're there. What? Find some map ends. Good for you, man. Good for you. Oh, this is actually a valid one. Ligatures work. Ligatures work. Do you know which one it is? Oh, this is kind of weird, but deal with it. You basically. Oh, what am I doing? I'm still fucking around with overlays in my configuration. Someday, I think I'll fix up tomorrow. It's like the chatty is also making propaganda for other streamers on my, which is nice. Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, I don't really mind, but. It doesn't know the folder it's being opened in? That seems kind of dumb. Oh, I know, you need to do this. Ah, cool. Why isn't that default? You know Haskell? You don't know Haskell. Complete for sport for casual, expert Haskell. A full featured Haskell ID. What the fuck? Which one do I choose? What the fuck? I thought Emacs was. Which one? Haskell? Google integration, but I also have Google integration. I think it spins up a server now. Insane. Put it on Discord extension. You can search. Ah, this is my stuff. Thanks. Install this shit. I'll tell you like use Nix for that. Pretty neat that it can do that. Oh, did it even install? Oh, it apparently can do that. Kelly? It worked poorly. It's called GTI. Let's quickly checking this out. It's called in. I'm procrastinating again. Isn't that H? H then? What's the difference? Google VS Code. Guess that's a little bit. Yeah, it wants me to install it globally. Crazy, man. But you're running from the shell, so you should find it. Okay, cool. Vim. You need to install Vim in your code. Okay, you work. It doesn't recognize caps lock as escape. What? What? I don't. What? Why doesn't it recognize caps lock as escape? I haven't gone to my operating system like that. Does this have its own like key handling or something? How does it like ignore Alt F then? What the fuck is going on? Do you have jump to definition? Space. Click. No. You know, but oh, that's nice. This is what I wanted, basically. But it's not like Haskell IDE. Unfortunately, I don't know why you're highlighting quotes. It's kind of dumb. I like this. I want to have that as well. Yeah, that's actually useful. It like highlights the same function. See what's being. Oh well. Caps lock as escape. What the fuck? Probably yeah. Yeah, but like I'm not even confused that it like I'm confused that it is picking up caps lock as escape in like it's picking up Alt F, which is like a combination for i3 as well, and as caps lock as escape. I've also configured it as a system level, so I don't understand why it does pick up Alt F, like not my customization. I think that's a bug actually. It should respect Xmod map. This thing, it's ignoring that. Well, maybe it's because I'm running it from shell and it doesn't respect the outer shell or something. I think those two work, but at least the other part of the problem. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then how do you do project search? How do you do rip grep? I mean, I have a crappy jump to definition, right? I have this one. It's space J. You can't see the extra fine definition, which is using tag. Actually, I should write it down as well. I'm just gonna pimp my machine, I think, on Monday, the entire day. I haven't done it in a while. I'm starting to feel I'm like running behind. Yeah, actually. Fine. I should also finish this. To do, highlight, same function, spacing, support. To do, I've wanted to do Haskell IDE engine for so long. Maybe not on Monday, maybe on Tuesday. Yeah, maybe on Tuesday. I won't do other stuff on Monday. The one with the grey icon you can install. I wasn't intending to actually use it, I just wanted to see how it works. And if it like works much better than emacs. I don't think so it does. It's like not significantly better. And like, they make their own window managers. That's like the most annoying part. Like they make a more poor window manager. With tabs and whatever, even though you already have that in i3. I have tabs. Look at my tabs. And they're not, like I need to relearn key bindings for example. So yeah, like switching to another editor would be basically throwing away all my i3 magic and also my key binding. I need to relearn those. It would at least take 2 weeks. Oh, look at that. You still fuzzy search for your project. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think I have console for that. Console. Ivy toggle first. There you have it. First hit. Oh. There's lots of ways to search apparently. PHP, search documentation, how about that? Because he said it's nice. Apparently Ivy can do that, I just don't know how to do it in Ivy. What the fuck Ivy is? Ivy, Avi. Right, this one is actually pretty nice. It's you can jump to any character. So for example $, and then you do K and you jump there. I haven't used this at all, but it's an interesting way of navigating. I think it's the fastest way of doing it, at least for your current screen. Procrastinate, thank you, yes, thank you. Thank you for keeping me on track. 17 times. Probably like way more than that. Let's try refresh. No, I haven't copied overall. Quarter. The first one is 1/4, the other one is narrow. You're narrow. No, we flipped it. You did it wrong. So you need to go down. First one's narrow. Second one is 1/4. Somewhere in my buffer. No, 5? 1/4. How about that? It's 1/4. And then the other one is half. And there's another thing, it's like VN. You also need to have to, because it puts everything on the bottom line, flexbox style. I actually, I'm thinking of hacking this class stuff, like Soding has done his chatbot, because these are like properties you add over time. And if you do it like this, it's kind of, well, you need to basically make large functions that accept anything. And if you do it the other way around, like a builder, it becomes much neater. I just haven't figured out how. But I think it's possible. Yeah, a command builder for HTML elements. Exactly. And the same thing for language, by the way. We can, instead of like starting out, yeah, so like you start out with an empty string and you start adding like messages and then you keep on adding them and like the final thing you add is like to evaluate it, you need to put in the language and then you get a text for a language. Because they're both like, both this attribute thing, it just is like an, oh actually I should draw it. What the hell is that? Let's make a drawing. I was in the mood to draw yes as well. Okay, so like you have this output thing, right? Just the map. The M is the map of text.tag T. Oh, why isn't it bigger? How big can you get? Sure. You zoom. We like map. We have an arrow leading to that, so like a small a, which means it can be anything. So you could have, for example, have a tuple of ints going to that map. Or you could have, I don't know, like a number, just some type, like maybe string. We have all these kind of different ways of interpreting, which is basically what a contravariant. You can have an infinite large set of stuff that all gets funneled into this one thing, the map. Covariant is the other way around, right? Because you go from this one thing at which you can attach a function to go all the other way. That's like how I imagined contravariant and covariant. Like the one is a funnel and the other one is like a flamethrower. Funnel and a flamethrower. There you have it. Please check out Discord. Ah, 699. Oh, nice. Where did my other displays go? Is this suitable for work? Is this suitable, stream? Made history today, yes. I'll give you a reward. I'll give you cake. There you go. You win. You win this one. That win. Nice, thank you. No worries. This is Vant. Means dude in Dutch. Are you Dutch? Or are you dude? Actually, are there any command HTML builders? That's like the most important part. Why, Google? You tricked me. Oh, this is not command. I think nobody has ever thought about it that way. This is like the nice thing about Haskell. You can think of new ideas sometimes. Sometimes. Not often. Oh, no, it's German. Oh, this is German. Also Fant for German? Really? Monetic building. It's the same thing again, right? You, maybe I'm lying now. You're building a tree and you want to put in arbitrary data. I mean, the point of command you can't sprout to command. Well, if you look at the rows tree, it's a typical. That's the typical example of a command. and XML is a row tree, and HTML is a common. Because it goes to the same thing. Again, like I said, you put in some data, you get the same repetitive structure. But it may also be a monad at the same time. Like, apparently they don't contradict to each other. Like, you can have both. You can both be a monad as well as a common, which is kind of confusing. It may be because, like, they're imbalanced or something. Yeah, indeed. I don't know why. Like, I've been upset about that before. Non-empty common. A list as well. Wait, non-empty is a common, but a list is not. Right, because you can't extract from a list. It may be empty. Oh, interesting. You can extract from a non-empty. You can't extract from a... And this is actually the thing that Zoning is missing by implementing its own common. If you would ever use the non-empty structure, you wouldn't get that. And if other libraries also implement common, you get that. By the way, is Google broke? Why Google? Google in general. They go offline. Looks fine to me. That's probably my thing. No, it's not even my firewall thing. Why would you even need? That's another procrastinator. 520. What the fuck is 520? So we can check if this worked. It should have finished compiling long by now because I've been talking so much. I just love talk. I love my little monologue. In real life I don't get to talk much. It's a really nice representation of a contrarian. Status code is not specified by any hours. You use Clover reverse proxy and now Cloud merging by client in front of pro. Yeah, this is actually how they get formalized status codes. Like some company will start using it like that, and then other people will start copying that idea. On the other hand, like 500 errors, you usually don't want to be specific about what's going on. Because it could be like it could be information for an attack. I don't like sliding. You do overflow non-bug. I really like it. There you go. Hate it. Probably needed though. What? Nani? I think I just missed it, right? No. Yes, I added some more music as well. Helsing. I love this show. Like it was... At first I thought it was a bit dramatic. And then it became way more dramatic. Such like so over the top and... It was just like... I thought it was cliche dramatic, but it just became its own thing of drama. It's amazing. I think I want to watch it again actually. It was just... did we refresh? It's nicer overflow hidden, but then it becomes more buggy. I think what it should do is... I should just give it more space. Max height 60% then or something. Or make it smaller even, but the font size smaller. You get bonus points given that I'm country from the Dracula. Wait, are you from Great Britain? Really? Where is he from? Transylvania? Are you from Transylvania? It's not quite right. Oh cool. Or Great Britain, which one? Like he also lived in Great Britain for a while, right? Why? I bet I misspelled this. Let's look at Bilma. Region of Romania, I see. Transylvania. I know where Romania is because of my EU4 experience. Is 1/4. But it's actually kind of nice to add a point system to the chatbot as well. Narrow. Maybe it doesn't work like that. Maybe it only worked because I made it is 1/4 before. Yeah, now it works. And now if I make it is narrow again, it will revert. Huh? I don't understand. Why did it work before and now it doesn't spell enough? How about that? Okay, I'll just make it is 1/4. Nice idea. You procrastinate. Good, nice job. Nani? What is my idea to procrastinate? Now we have the data list. We need to add the capability to read from the data as well. I think I added it somewhere. I know where it is. I know where it is. Like, oh, why am I using Firefox anyway? Need to get another Chromium out. Maybe actually I should remove that rule for spawning Chromium in one window. Wait, what? Oh, right, you're rebellious as always. So it doesn't, Chromium is not as happy to refresh assets as Firefox. You need to always Control F5. Actually, can you fork out another window? Bottom, dock left, and dock separate. This is a bit nice. I wanna know where you're from. Oh, let's refresh again. I think it doesn't get a new main. Oh, it is. It has. Column says multiple. It's fan. Wait, does Chromium behave different from Firefox? Oh! What's this difference between align items and align items flex and? Just be all of those things, okay? Weird. Yeah, okay, let's continue with trying to add a data list to this thing. So, if we go to data input, actually I think I started on it last time and then I for some reason decided to do massive refactor and just focus completely on that for the rest of the stream. Ow, 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 ow. Let's do it. Start and end are only supported in Firefox. That's amazing. Thanks Firefox. Yeah. Is that support for list then? We added that somewhere. Oh, we made it hidden as well. I remember this. I remember this because it went weird. Like it actually has a display apparently. this is available employee, blah blah blah. That's everyone. And simply use ID. We need to add it well. Oh, you can hack the attribute map. That extra attra. We can just add it to that. Ironically enough, this will automatically update as well, I think, without having to use any of the Reflex stuff, because it's just natively supported by browser, and I think it just reads the DOM every time it gets updated somehow, maybe. So we just need to modify this thing. And dot attra onion, and then map singleton is. Do we have the data list somewhere? Thinking like employee manager. What? Manage employee. Look for that. I was expecting. Oh, right. This I was expecting exactly. And here we have the data list. I say, and then oh, it's here. I guess I'll make like a constant out of this. Oh, we did, but then I didn't use it at all. Like I must have been stoned or something lost. There you go. We export it. We did export it. Or we should rename it all. That's all. Now I can import this thing and what? Employee data we manage. Okay, import that thing and use it in here. Like that. And now we didn't repeat ourselves. Hooray! I hope this compiles. I don't like let parse errors. Oh right, because I opened up that thing and then never. Wow, this takes up so much space. I remember now, I can compose as well. We figured it out last. If you put it like this, yeah. Compose. You don't know about that. So that's Bill Max thing. The awesome library I made. I think if I just search Bill Max, it's fine. No, it's a thing. Okay, crap. I need to overrule the you have up to manage it. Soon to be a co-monad, maybe. You have to onion. Well, onion. Maybe you just misspelled it. Spelling it different. That extra updating. There you go. You still don't know about it. There's just no. Maybe you didn't export it or something. Pretty case. Okay, now I did a dub. Did you do like 26D? You can! Wow! So yeah, Emacs has add power as well. That extra attra. Yeah, exactly. Need to have that extra add. That is required. Oh, you have now a scroll bar next to a scroll bar. Thank you. Well, I should make this input thing just like small. I don't want to scroll. It's already doing max height percent. Insane. Or maybe do 3 columns instead of 2. Why are you still broken? What the hell? Didn't I save? Yes. Come on, man. Fill. I want to add a line. No, recompile that module. Good job. I wonder if how much template Haskell is. Like, these are all quasi quotations basically. And I can just easily remove them in exchange for some typing. But it's just for basically URLs. It's not a... I wonder if I can make like, those URL kind of things based on generic instead of template Haskell. No, probably not. Maybe I can do type level URL. Many ideas. We'll only make the type inhabit if you actually make a valid URL. Actually, then you don't need to have Unicode, so you could actually use the library of CSOnger with his printf thing. Would be possible. I should stop thinking about it, and then I don't want to. We're just front-end Haskell developers. We don't do that fancy type level stuff. Good enough. Look at that! Amazing. What if we add an employee? I bet it gets it. Lumi, you're an employee now. Congratulations, you've been hired. Congratulations. Oh, it's all in the Dutch as well. I need to put this browser in automatically. I wouldn't do that. I think I did last time. There you go. Yeah. Thanks man, for doing spell check on English and then the entire browser on Dutch. It's not confusing at all. Okay, that. Yeah, okay, everything is English now. Cool. When do I get my paycheck? You need to work hard. You need to congratulations. Yeah, you need to work hard. You need to show like you need to show like heart for you need to show spirit for the company, and then we will discuss pay after. Also, you can this doesn't sound legal. I see legality more as a guideline than a rule. But yeah, let's show you being dynamically updated, Lumi. Congratulations on the new job. The process is Lumi. Your email address is lumi@lumi.lumi. Primary job commentary about legality of all this. Mobile phone number 666. Your role. Are you there? There you go, you're there! It automatically gets updated because of browser magic. We didn't even have to do any dynamic stuff for that because it's basically part of the HTML. So you could pass around any data you want in a data list and yeah, it would be automatically put in the input. That's nice. It looks horrible though, but yeah, I didn't have to do much for this. It's fine. Okay, cool. Now the second thing I want to do is give an error if the name filled in here doesn't exist. So if you enter A, it should give an error and not be green. And for that, we need to do some major refactor. For data input, I mean. Because at the moment we have input settings, blah blah blah. But we can't change it in the runtime. Which is the most flexible one? I forgot. This one. Yeah. So settings is just always available, apparently. And can you be dynamic? We'll see. We'll see. We'll just try. I think I need to be to the compiler for the refactor. Because I want to make this entire thing dynamic. So we can have settings that change at runtime. And if we make this entire thing dynamic, we can also make validation change dynamic. So the function inside here for doing validation can change over time. Actually, all these values can change over time. Which is like, it could be nice. I don't know. We don't say which. We just say, yeah, well, everything is dynamic. But I'm expecting this to be not that easy because this function is already pretty abstract. But maybe online? Totally. No, this totally can be dynamic. This can be just quickly surveying if I would run into trouble. Let's look for settings. I'll just do it and we'll see what goes wrong. We'll move back to 4 and do the change. Let's keep the old one around as well. Because I want to keep an example of how things work. Call this data input dyn atra dyn sets dyn atra setting to dyn. I wish I had a good name for this thing. It just tries to do everything at this point. Actually, we could abstract this one away. I'm saying that because like where is that use atra from? Like you could express this change over time within the dynamic T itself. You don't need to something like this. What? Valid. Where is valid event even from? So that is valid. Every time you're invalid change. But if you have a dynamic T input setting, then you already know. Now you maybe don't know if the validation changed right. Okay. Maybe they are different. That's kind of annoying. Keep that one around as well. I feel like this tries to do everything. And I don't need to have everything dynamic. I just need to have that one. I need to have the validation be dynamic. Maybe we add another function. I don't like. Am I using that at all? Am I using this thing at all? Good question. Maybe I can just really delete it. I'm using it in one place. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm using it only in one place. What I'm thinking then is maybe we return the event tbool, and then we can express as like if we return this, yeah, we can get rid of this entire and then express everything as that. Like we'll delete this, do that, and then you can recreate that function with the dynamic. You just need to have a little bit of recursion in your life, but that's fine. Value recursion, not normal working, value recursion. Yes. We still can use it. Yeah, exactly. Data. I think it's just data input in prime. I don't know what else to call this thing. It's just the best. The best. This is a prime candidate for deletion. Maybe we'll keep it around and express this thing as that. I think it's possible to do that. I don't know. Okay, let's try making this compile then. By naively saving the file and seeing a bunch of compiler. Data validation, blah blah. Don't like the return type. Expected type, dynamic, blah blah. Actual type. It's too hard for me at this point. Can't be any more clever. Could a match type dynamic validation? Alright, we deleted a function. Yeah. Heterodyne is gone now. I mean, we have heterodyne, it's just in here now. We can just select that. So that extra utter is heterodyne now. There you go. Terminal scope. Right, your settings actually. Event eval. Wait, what? What did I? Wait, I can just look at the other one. Overmapped isn't failure. Thanks. Overmapped. You're trying to be clever. Right, so get may file spec input set normal. I think this thing we can just sample. We can just sample because this thing is also sample. But like sampling is kind of dubious because it doesn't really work with the rec block at all. But I'm already doing it, so whatever. This is sample, 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 sample. Or could you actually? I don't know. How are you using settings? Maybe we can put it in dynamic. So what you want is not the entire set type. You're already combining it with that. So we can just add another dynamic in here. It's fine. It's gonna sample anyway. It's called type prime. Just like this. So edgy is this one, mayfall is that one, and then type prime is that one, and then we check, and everything is fine. We get the value out. This is how you get the value out of a dynamic. You really have to do something. Yes, this was like when we watched that PHP streamer and put it on repeat. Can you even do that? That was really low. I don't know how to. How do you control this app? I don't know. Figure it out, man. Yeah, this is like what YouTube recommended after listening that Ghost do it. I saw the clip and I was like, oh wow. Amazing. Yeah. Could match expected type, it said blah. No, I changed. Wait, don't worry. I don't know what's going on. With tooltip. Right, that's the next one. The next function. Use the setting. I think we also make a dynamic out of this. And then just figure it out case by case. Label L. No definition found for label. I bet it's then in. Or maybe that's named label L. Label L class member. Like I don't like the way this, like how these functions compose. It's just doing some random shit. They are reusable, but like the classes themselves, they're not really formalized at all that well. And that's why I want to look into that comma genetic stuff at some point. At least for attributes. So yeah, label class, and there's no dynamic for the current label. I have no idea. Oh, you have labeled. How about that? What the fuck is this? Am I just making faces? Look at that. What the fuck? It's like a little eye here, little eye there, nose. I have too much free time. I have an asymmetric face. Well, maybe one eye is closed, one eye closed. Yeah, we can use a label. No. Label L is even weak. It doesn't even do any back. It just adds a class label tag. It hardly does anything. We can't use text. Yeah, look at it. Are you happy if you see this? Arc to arc to arc goes to arc to M of M goes to arc M of A M of fuck. Oh, this is how you combine the arcs. I see. And then the combination of like AB arc we put into this function. Why don't you compose? Okay, cool. How do I make a label L then? But we can use dynamic. Wait, gives it dynamic and then a default. Oh, these are the defaults. That's like this is like a toolkit to build that. I see. This is like a toolkit to build these standard functions. Like you're providing defaults. Okay. This will just like label line. It's like dynamic. What do you even want in? Oh, the label. And label needs. What? Oh, it's just about text. This is fine. Okay, cool. We don't need to change that. Maybe text time. Oh, you're trying to figure out what to play. I think I have tooltip also inbuilt. Tip? No, we don't have tips. Right, because it's probably language. Yeah. So they can't change your line? Is that what I'm? Oh yeah, you can. Are you shitting me? I'm gonna do it like that. I hope nobody's using tooltip. I bet it's not used at all. Yeah, it's only used there. But now we can use it. Hooray! And we need to have this dynamic T message basically for the tip. And we already know about text. Tipped. What the fuck is tip? Right, so you're having two messages. And then you add a tooltip around it. And these have to both be dynamic basically. Let's do that. So they can change over time, both will be tooltip prime right. And text will be text dynamic. Feels so dynamic. Cool. And now you are just const dyne label. Oh, const dyne. There you go. Image type. Oh, it's returning M. Oh, I see. Hey man, I was wondering if I find it hard to code in one place. Sit down at a desk. I have a laptop environment. I'm standing! I have a standing desk. So I can walk around. But if you feel you get like distracted and need to go to another environment, you can try out different coffee shop or something. Try coding while standing. Exactly. Yeah, I started standing while coding when I was in Australia, and I've loved it. In the beginning, I got really tired, but like you'll end up with more energy just in general. Standing desk. Yes, exactly, a standing desk. It's amazing. We should put this song on repeat. Actually, reminds me of that epic PHP stream. I know. We'll just go to YouTube and put it on repeat. Repeat there. Oh, we have both. How do you repeat? There's a 10-hour version as well. I'm disappointed in you, YouTube. Oh, it's adapt my back muscle stand for that long. Well, you'll train it. Like you just start without a couple of hours and a day, and then just build it up, right? I just started standing immediately and had a lot of pain as well in the beginning. And that's how I like to do things. Just go in head over your slot over the desk. I did that as well in the beginning. I might. No worries, man. With electronic one, you can switch between standing. And for 8 hours straight, it's pretty bad. No, it's not. Like nobody does this anyway because you have lunch as well. You know, you'll sit down for lunch, or you know, you go to the toilet or it's fine. Actually, like once you have lunch, it feels like a real reward if you can sit for a couple of minutes. And when you get tired, you also feel so heavy. Sure. I actually like working for very long. Have you ever seen me be distracted? This is how you get into Emacs, right? You just be distracted, look at this new toy and try to make it as good as possible. I guess I'm pretty bad at it, but it doesn't matter. Could a match type input settings blah with oh right, this will too. So we're trying to fix that. Actually, we'll try to fix that. Why are you failing over that? Right, we actually fixed that. The int stuff. We're looking. We made a new function time. Okay, so you need to fmap in. Yeah, we need to fmap into it. Okay, this is gonna be annoying then. We need to fmap into it, and then we can freely do this stuff. But I wanna like that tool. Okay, how about first view that? We'll just do it the other way around. View that tool. And then we can use maybe do that tip dot, and then we'll get out. No, we need the entire set. The entire set. So we can't do that. View that tooltip, and then maybe tip time. But now you're inside settings and creating monadic stuff. Okay, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. Okay. Actually, we can't at all. Because we can't do this because now we have a monitoring site and dying it out will be slow as fuck because this widget is used everywhere. So we need to do it in another way. We need to use that switched in. There's another trick I have. Speed. There is hide. There's a one-dimensional function switch. And this one will show first this one or this one based on a Boolean value. So it will hide one block or hide the other block. And instead of maybe, we'll just use that. We'll just check if it's something. Right. Can we return to the original one, please? I forgot what we were doing. Yes, exactly this. So we're actually checking if this thing exists. And if it does exist, we will show the tip. So if the tip exists, we will try calling the tip then function. And if it doesn't exist, we'll just want to show a label. Okay, cool. So we can use that fact to switch tip. So we can just say has. We say has dot tooltip, and then just. This is a lens magic, another lens magic, and we'll use that to create that initial boolean. So if this traversal exists within the settings, the input setting, so if there is a dot tooltip, which always is the case because of hands, and if that value is just, which may not be the case because it's a prism, we'll show the first block or the second. It doesn't say if it's true or false. I should actually update the documentation because I forgot also. When dynamic is true, is hidden will be added. It's actually the names. How about that? Okay. That's actually kind of counterintuitive because it's true, the empty one will be shown. If it's false, the other one will be, default one will be shown. When the dynamic first the monad is shown, otherwise the second. And I'll eventually release a new version and have a bit documentation, but not now. Okay, so I improved my library a bit. Hooray! I wouldn't count this as procrastinate. This is useful, maybe. No, not doing. So the first thing we want to show, if you're true, then we want to show the second one. Tip time. Tip time. Right. So we want to just view the first argument. We just want to view in tip time. It's a message. Just format this. Right. sorry, the first one's the label, and the second one is the tit itself. So first one, label, and the second one we know it. Unfortunately, we can't. Like, it's tooltip is a maybe value, and we can't express it. We can't convince Reflex of that because the way we set this up. So we need to provide a default anyway, which will never happen. Which will also be no message. This is how you unwrap maybe values in land. These go both ways, right? These are for getting and also for setting. Okay, cool. And finally, settings. So this is the first monad, and then the second one is just text. This will be text dying. Settings will be view. Label. And that's it. That's a lot. But it worked. No, because I haven't done this stuff. Control class, huh? What is it? Control class. We have that. No. Oh, this is probably actually directly. This is a direct. This is one direct from tag. So we can just call this control dynator and we'll be fine. Really? Oh, I have it. What the hell? Didn't know it. Just that. Control dyne. We need to fmap into settings again. And select the right. So GBC view. I guess we can do has again. Has dot is required. Or view dot is required. Okay, whatever. It's a boolean already. Right. Settings. And then we'll attach a bool to it. Class header. Empty. There you go. Cool. Cool. So I think we're almost through it. Hopefully. Except right. Two. Remember. Where are you, man? You don't like how I'm doing that, I think. Oh, it's in config. Right, that's also settings. How you use it? That's like a bunch of text file. Let's get text. Maybe you're actually running the print. I don't think. Oh no. Okay, this is a problem. So this get text thing, that text thing, is using the settings to get out a function to print. But this entire thing is now a dynamic T input setting. So even if we get the printer out, the function itself will still be dynamic. Whereas we're using it for the initial value, which can't be dynamic. I'm afraid I actually need to sample. Maybe we'll even. How often is this text? Also set value get text setting. This is the problem though, because this is event. The best we couldn't do is probably post build. I think we need to sample that function, which will be annoying. So yeah, curses. Actually, do you hear the rain on stream? Oh, nice. Fat ass compilation error. I don't know how to solve it right now. Maybe I'll sample settings for this config stuff. I don't want to do it for everything though, because some of these need to change. Actually, come to think of it, config maybe is better off as they're both dynamic. The maybe A and the error. Why don't I make this entire thing dynamic? Or like, no, I know because they infiltrated it, right? Reflex DOM, and then input. What am I looking at? Text config. Yeah, so you already have dynamic and stuff. Like it would be more powerful. Well, no, it would. They need to have separate events. Change your events. Yeah. Okay, sample. This is so like it's a weird function in any case because we're just constructing this. Like we're basically gluing this thing together. Hey, we can make it better. By the way, we can make it better anyway. We can delete this. No, we can't. What am I talking? We need to start from a default. Actually, maybe we'll pass it a DOM config and also. There's just some stuff I want to move outside of, like setting that initial value, for example. I want to do that in another. Because most of this stuff I can make dynamic, except like this thing isn't dynamic anyway. Because we're already sampling that. That maybe value is already in a dynamic, and we were liberating it by sample. We probably also need to sample this just to get a text out of that, which is unfortunate. So I want to like do that somewhere else. I think the only reason I'm sampling is because I need to have this filled up. I hope actually, because it's just, yeah, I've run into some runtime errors basically by doing sample if I use value records. That's those records, right? And sometimes you need to use those just because how but maybe I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it can change from maybe A to like setting and not have this maybe around. Yeah, well, yeah, it's even called. Not used in multiple. I'm talking about what? Make it big. Let's make it big. Make it. Oh, we're actually using that sample as well for the gate stuff. Right, this is some logic I don't want to touch. You know about the graphic stuff. It's just too complicated. I guess like some people just like their own version of computing. I like Haskell and the correct stuff. Although I should actually build soon. Nobody is, but whatever. I want to make an art. Another art. I've made an art last year as well. It was fun. Fire. And we'll make ice this year. No, I remember. I want settings. How to continue. Make you dynamic. Make you dynamic and we'll move you out and then really want to have things dynamic and then also an actual concept. We'll make it monadic as well. Yeah, what the hell do I care? Just make a monad. You'll be a widget. It'll be amazing. Let's see how you're used from. So like you're being fed in the text input direct. What I'm thinking is moving it outside here and then because if we make it monadic then why is this a separate it's already in settings. Why would you view it as well? You do it in here. Attribute your setting because it wasn't any. Oh, we have that attribute map also in there. Is it dynamic? No, that can't be set. Oh, you're like that, right? We made the entire thing dynamic. That's why it's combined. Wait, what? Oh, it used to be separate. Oh, it should be empty. No, because we can insert a separate attribute map that's dynamic. One of the. I don't think we can do that for this stuff. Right, that's kind of dumb. We need to supporting that. No, because this thing, the entire thing is already dynamic. So yeah, let's redo that. It's just all attribute at this point. No longer extra. It's rec out. Oh, it's for required stuff. Maybe we need to combine some. Dot extra outer, mine outer. There you go. It's a bit neater. But you can't even do this. You're also reading from the dot is required. Because I make the entire dynamic T into settings. Guess we'll do it like that. Do that and then we do rec out. Rec out after you have map inside. We'll do like bool. View that's right bool comment. So that bool flips it around for some reason. There you go. And then attach attribute because we need to combine it. Jojo, yes, exactly. Should we probably rename the string to hell? Like, I'm always in hell. Like, every time I want to change something, it becomes this massive compilation error. But this gives a lot of more power. Like this entire dynamic input thing will become unstoppable. I think I've been refactoring for 1.5 hours at this point. When did I start? Kind of unfortunate. I don't think a lot of people like this. It's not even refactoring. This is just making it more powerful. I do like it when I build stuff though. Also, these puzzles are hard. Like it involves a lot of decision making. A lot of decision making, yeah. And you need to be monad. You need to be monad because I want to sample. No longer reflex. To be monad a widget. It probably can be less than that. Monad. Pure. Why do I use pure instead of return? Who'd ask? Well, it's one character shorter. One? I think even two. Look at that. Look at that. How much I saving? It's amazing. This is how you become good. Right, left. Setting. Okay. No. It's not set. Inputs. Settings. Not cat. Not that. That. Yes, thanks. Yes. No? I think I've blown up my headphone. Unfortunately. Whoops. Kind of annoying. Just reminded of my little interview where they asked me for experience with Scrum, like it's important. Actually, for years Scrum. I was confused by certain people. Like, could you get good at Scrum or something? How does it work? Could someone elaborate what it means to get good at Scrum? How would you identify someone who is good at Scrum? Please help. I feel that's just like the bullshit I'm running into. organization. You need to preach. You need to stay in line with. What am I doing? Oh, this is another one. Like, oh, we fixed the error. Oh, good for us. Oh, we didn't fix it because we get these complaining about some different part now. We haven't fixed this part at all. We need to sample. Why is it doing that? I'm considering deleting this function as well for now. Alright, we need to rewrite it. Right? Let's just delete this now. Make it undefined. Well, maybe I won't rewrite it here, and I'll just. Well, maybe I'll be like. Why are you going to that? It's kind of annoying it doesn't give me a scrolling thing. This is not finished either. It's not finished because I didn't do the get text. It's lying. It must be lying. My headphones are fucked. Some really scrummy practice. Well, how would you describe your experience with Scrum? I'm really confused about it. We worked in a team. We did daily stand-up. We did bi-weekly sprint reviews. That's about it, right? What else is there more to talk about? Or maybe it was the fact that I wasn't excited about it. That's probably it. Like, they need to have everyone excited about it, otherwise it doesn't work. Right? You need to have everyone on board with doing Scrum, but then didn't. And I had a good experience there. And then there were a few times they like did. Like, it was horrible, so I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I misspoke as part of it. Well, not misspoke, I corrected myself kind of neatly in time. Right. I don't see how it's important for a company to ask for Scrum experience. That's like what I'm getting at. Like, unlike learning how to write proper code, it takes maybe a day to learn how to do things in Scrum, right? Whereas if you wait, that's wrong. Oh, I see. So maybe for some people it's really hard to adapt. Okay, I get it. So like they don't wanna actually spend any effort on it at all. Yeah. And maybe we'll get the settings out of this. Whatever. Settings, sample. Oh, that won't work. What am I doing? We'll get actually the printer out of this, not the other stuff, because I don't wanna. You just need the printer. Printer 8. To be fair, most job postings are done by people that. Yes, I know. Actually, the people I was talking with didn't seem that confident either. I didn't get the impression that they were at all familiar with. I don't want to make a function. We had a little discussion about Scrum. It wasn't, and I fixed a couple more compile errors. I'm trying to like make this work nice. I don't know. So I made a mod out of it. I don't know if you've seen that, but now we sample the settings, so we get out a proper setting. What about Kanban? What about Kanban? I like the diagram. I like the overview. It's nice. It's more like, okay, they ask for experience with Scrum, and I was just curious about what that means to be experienced with Scrum. Because actually, I have experienced Scrum as well in, like, you know, school projects, and then later in life for like companies, open learning, Daisy. I guess Daisy we didn't even do that. We just made our own thing, which was nice. The other thing is, like, development is still a new discipline, so the way we're doing development right now is probably going to change. Again. Very likely change. Why is this a function? You're just printer. Now.